Miss Walsh, your friendly saxophone teacher, and today I want to talk about articulation, but in particular, articulation when you are a brand new student. So you've been playing just about 2 weeks or so, maybe a month or 2 months. If you've been playing for longer than 6 months, up to a year or more, I'll make another video about more advanced articulation techniques, but this is really just for absolute beginners who don't know what articulation is. So let's talk about what is articulation. Your first thought might be, I'm going to use my air to kind of go ha, ha, ha into the saxophone. That is not what we really want to do. If we talked like that, it would be really weird. We would sound like this. It would just be kind of huffy. So we don't talk like that. As we're talking, we go through the consonants that we're saying, the B's and the C's, the D's and the T's. And we just kind of flow right through. So while you're talking, the next time you have a chance, maybe hold your throat. You're just going to put your hand here and see how the vocal cords are vibrating the whole time you're talking. There's no pausing in there. So it doesn't make sense for us to articulate like this using our air, right? It just doesn't sound good. We push our air through what we're doing with the tongue. So articulation happens with the tongue. The air does not stop as is pushing through what the tongue is doing. So what is the tongue doing? The tongue is coming up to your reed. It's touching the reed and coming back down. And the whole time, the air is pushing. The air doesn't stop when the tongue connects with the reed. You're probably going to do that by accident anyway. Everybody does that. I hear it all the time. So what I might hear is like that, but you're stopping the air each time. You're still going each time, and we don't want to do that. So what you're supposed to do is, now I'm just using the neck and the mouthpiece just to keep things easy, so not playing any notes or anything. So did you hear how the air stayed the same? It was still all the way through my articulation. I'll do it again. Okay, so the tongue is coming up, the tongue is touching the reed and coming back down, and it's going to make a consonant sound. We want to think about our consonants while we're doing this. Many etude books and teachers are going to tell you to make a T sound. I don't agree with that. So don't tell anyone I said that. But I don't agree with a T sound. Even though it's in etude books. Like my first etude books, it said you're supposed to go ta, ta, ta. Let's think about a T sound. What is the difference between a T sound and a D sound? Let's try it together. So go with me. Ta, 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 da, da, da. Let's do it again. Ta, 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 da, da, da. And both letters, your tongue is going up to the roof of the mouth and coming back down. But what is the difference? Ta, ta. Put your hand in front of your mouth while you do this. Ta, ta, and do a really harsh T. Ta, ta, da, da, da. When I do it, the T sound makes a burst of air come through. So here's what I think is happening. When you're about to make a T sound, you drop your tongue down from the roof of your mouth. And for a split second, you've actually got an S sound. It's like tsa, tsa, ta, ta, ta. So if you listen carefully, you can hear a really, really short S. So that is because the tongue is hovering right below the roof of the mouth. So that has like a burst of air. It's like pressurized air. Tsa, like that. When we're playing the saxophone, we don't really want always to have, I'm not sure I can do it anymore. I can't do it the way I hear sometimes, but sometimes I hear it really sounds like a T. It's like ta, ta, ta in articulation. We don't want that with just normal, good old fashioned notes. We want to do the D. So the difference is with a D, da, da, da. The tongue goes right away from the roof of the mouth or the reed. So it drops right down with no no split second of pressurized air. So you want your tongue to just go zoop right down, and the air that you've got going on, which isn't stopping, pushes through. Okay? So it's da da da. So it's not da 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 or ta ta ta. It's da 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 da. So the tongue is bouncing off of that reed for a very split second. While the tongue is on the reed is not vibrating. That's what makes the sound. The reed is vibrating. Sound waves are coming out through that, through the manipulation of the air. So it's going like that. Okay. So when you stop it, it's just not vibrating. So sound isn't happening. All right. So, I want you also, I want to talk about where the tongue is going to go. Where on the tongue are we putting the reed, and where are we connecting with the reed? One danger zone I want you to avoid early. Don't put any amount of your tongue on the reed. So, like, don't put a quarter of an inch or a half an inch or a few millimeters on the reed. It's not under like that. You're not under the reed, kind of putting the whole reed in your mouth. It's not that. The tongue is at an angle. It's sort of like this. If you can see, it's a little bit at an angle. Okay, angle. So you're getting the thinnest sliver of that reed connecting to the tongue. Where on the tongue is it? Here's a good exercise that I learned from learning about the Suzuki method. Get something sweet. It can be a raisin, can be an M&M, piece of candy. It can be a piece of gum, something sweet, a little tiny like piece of something that's sweet, a banana if you are healthy, and you put that in front of your mouth and then pretend like you want to taste it for the first time. Like you don't know if it's going to taste good. So you go, where on the tongue are you tasting it? And if you actually put that sweet thing on your tongue, it kind of leaves a bit of sweetness there, you know? So you can kind of still taste that sweetness, and then put the part that's still sweet on the very thin sliver edge of the reed. Okay? So it's the same part. Same part. It's not the very tip of the tongue. It's not here. That's kind of, it's not like they're going like this. Okay. It's down a little bit, and the tasty part is touching the sliver edge of that reed. Okay. Does that make sense? So, so you can try that experiment, and then just without making sound, and kind of find that place on the reed, on the mouthpiece, and see if you can connect the sweet part that where you just tasted to that thin sliver edge. The first week you do real articulation, the buzzing of the reed is going to kind of tickle a little bit. It'll feel weird. I promise that goes away, because it went away for me. It doesn't irritate me. I don't even notice it anymore. And after a week of playing the saxophone, I stopped noticing it. So that'll happen to you. You just have to go through that. All right. And I'm just going to reinforce, don't stop your air. So many students know that they're not supposed to stop their air, but they do it anyway. So they'll go like that, but you want, so start by just holding your note. And this, by the way, is a middle F. So if you want to play on the actual saxophone while I do this, that's the note you would play on alto sax. Start by holding your note, and then pretend that you're tasting the reed the way you tasted your little candy, and just touch the reed to that sliver edge of the reed. Okay. And maybe also put your hand on your tummy to feel the air being pushed out the whole time. If your tummy goes, huh, like it does a burst of air and then stops, then you know you have to convince yourself to push that air through. Okay, so it's like you're going da, 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 da. And it's helpful to say that also while you're doing this. Like go back and forth. Say da, 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 then play da, da, da. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Okay, I hope that makes sense. As you get more advanced, there's more involved in articulation, but those are the basic things you need to know about how to articulate. Okay, so I hope this is helpful. I hope it helps you with your new exercises with whatever books you're using, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.